our online referee. I am the Lord of the Lark, said he. This is worth 5 points, not 1, 4, 2 or 3. Yes, I'll give you points for the Lark, said he.
Drop the beat!
Larklord, our online referee. I am the Lord of the Lark, said he. This is worth 5 points, not 1, 4, 2 or 3. Yes, I'll give you points for the Lark, said he. I did larks in my kitchen and I made things with food. Larks in the show that a live audience viewed. I did larks that were random, I did larks that were daft, and lots of larks filled with arts and
Hit the beat again.
crafts. Larklord, our online referee. I am the Lord of the Lark, said he. This is worth 5 points, not 1, 4, 2 or 3. Yes, I'll give you points for the Lark, said he.
Good evening, and welcome to Larklord episode 5. Bon appetit. Tonight, our 4 contestants will be competing in a variety of food-based challenges in order to secure their place in next week's finale. Of course, if you're watching, please comment along and like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, as well as our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Larklord Show. But let's not waste any time and introduce our 4 fearless competitors to the stage, starting with the wonderful Kieran. Hello, Kieran.
Hello, Larklord. How are you?
I'm not doing too badly. How are you? How do you feel ready for tonight? Do you feel pumped?
I do feel ready and I do feel pumped. I'm going to be kind but fierce.
Kind but fierce. Do you want to score your tasks between 0 and 10? How well do you think you've done?
Oh, it's hard. You know, I think my tasks, all of them, they're going to go one way or the other. Like
that is how the show works.
Yeah, like people are either going to be like, yeah, it's going to be 1 to 2. It's going to be extremes either way. So people are going to be like, yeah, I get why you did that. That's great. Or they're going to be like, what on earth have you done? Why have you chosen to do that? What was going through your mind? So it's going to be
when I see most of the tasks, I normally go, what on earth is going through your mind?
Right.
But we shall find out later just how weird your task entries are. We're going to welcome our next competitor. Hello, Justina.
Hello. Hi, Jen. Hi, Kieran. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you very much for joining us last second. So if you have clicked play and expecting a lovely Iris Beck, sadly she is off sick and so has replaced herself with the wonderful Justina. Do you know anything about what you've signed up for?
Yes, I have been prepared. I have watched. I have learned. I think I've mastered. So I think it's
that's more than most competitors can say.
So if you don't like what I've done, I'm sorry to say, but it's not my problem because it's gonna be good.
Yeah. How about you? How well do you think you've done on your task tonight? Like 0 to 10. How confident do you feel?
Oh, 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. Good.
I'm really worried. I'm really worried now because Justina's already used the word mastered. She's already used 10 out of 10.
She has learned. She's done her research. She knows what is coming. Let's introduce our 3rd competitor, the wonderful Callum Schofield. Hello.
Hello. How are we?
Again, fantastic. We're all good. Are you prepared for this evening?
I think I am, but normally when I think I'm prepared, I'm actually not. So we're going to see how it goes.
Okay. So thus far, Justina has confidence in Kieran and Cameron going, well, it's going to go some way. So will we put yourself about a 5 out of 10? Like midway? Was that
yes, I'm confident that I've given you an insight into how my mind works. Whether that's for the better or worse, I do not know.
Tommy Smith is watching. He says, Carol Schofield, good luck, bro.
Oh, yes. That's my stepsister's ex-boyfriend.
Your stepsister's ex's boyfriend?
Yes.
Okay.
But he's a mate, so...
Right, okay. You could have just said mate.
I could have, but that's less. I thought you might want the context.
Oh, yeah. I now know more about you, knowing that he's your stepsister's ex's boyfriend's wife or something. Let's introduce our final competitor. From a major booking error, it's another Callum. Hello, Callum. Ellis Jarvis Jones.
Oh, you appear to have caught me in the middle of eating some delicious Tim Hortons Timbits. Oh, how silly of me. Oh,
it appears we have another person who's trying to get a sponsorship deal.
Oh, yeah, what a great shame. Just snip that bit, send it to me. We'll sort something out. Yeah, cool.
How are you doing, Callum?
I'm well. It's Sunday. I'm in a novelty Christmas top. What more could you want?
A Christmas top that appears to be Cthulhu in a Christmas hat.
Exactly.
What could be more festive than the elder gods getting down to a mince pie? I don't know what I said there.
What bends the human psyche more than Christmas? Nothing. We do have a slight issue, and it's going to create confusion throughout the entire show. Callum and Callum, I can't call you Callum and Callum because this is just going to cause confusion. We need a nickname for you. So does anyone have a suggestion of what we can call Callum Schofield and what we can call Callum Jarvis Jones? I mean, one's in a red t-shirt, one appears to be in a blue t-shirt. That might be, I could just go red and blue.
Yeah. I mean, we could go with Dr. Pepper, or would that be a...
You know what? We could go...
advertising nightmare?
That's more fun. Let's go Dr. Pepper and Cthulhu.
Thank you.
So for the rest of the show, we have Kieran, we have Justina, we've got Dr. Pepper, and we've got our demise, the mighty Cthulhu. And of course, tonight's show is Bon Appetit, so it's all food-based tasks. And the first thing that I've asked you to do is I want you to invent the best kitchen utensil and appliance. So don't show us yet, but hopefully you have what you need beside you. I would like to start with Kieran. So Kieran, what have you brought in as the best kitchen utensil / appliance? So invent the best kitchen utensil / appliance.
Right, okay. So first, may I present this little guy? He's called Terence the Toaster. But it doesn't just stop there. Oh no, we've got some audio. Would you be able to play that, Larklord? So
yes, I will be able to play the audio any second now. It should be playing now.
Smash that interview. You look so sexy in that tie. Eat breakfast, eat breakfast, eat breakfast, eat breakfast, eat breakfast now! It doesn't matter if all you can remember of last night is putting a cone on your head. Today is a new day for you to act like a functioning human. Always remember that eating kale is going to be exponentially more disappointing than you think it will be.
Yeah, now just imagine those incredibly inspiring tidbits coming out of little Terence the Toaster's mouth. I mean, who doesn't need those kind of pick-me-ups in the morning?
So what I'm gathering from that is Terence the Toaster is a toaster that tells you to skip eating healthy and just to have wheat.
He also says eat breakfast. I mean, I guess you can interpret that in any way that you want because, you know, he values the importance of breakfast. He is very anti-kale because it's always more exponentially disappointing than you think it will be.
Justine, you look like you've got something to say. What would your approach be if you have a talking toaster in the morning telling you to eat?
A couple of things. 100% kale, you're right. Not worth it. Second of all, I want to know what their hands are made of. That's the only important thing about me, because if they're human hands, then I freaked out. I don't want this in my house.
Okay, I mean, I'm sure we can customize the hands for you, Justina. What would you like?
Whoa. That makes it sound like they're the worst human hands to begin with.
I mean,
just chopped off Jamie Oliver's hands and stuck it on a toaster.
Well, I just also like to point out that he doesn't just tell you to eat. Okay, he tells you can smash any interviews you go to. He tells you that every day is another day, and it doesn't matter if you've got a cone on your head. So I feel like we're concentrating on the food-based stuff here, but he's got many talents.
This sounds far too
motivational toaster.
Yeah. Personally, I think I would respond better to a pessimistic toaster that just tells me, well, it's just going to be a bit shit, so might as well get it over with.
Yeah, or it's obviously got eyes, so if it can see that you
picking up the chocolate spread, just sort of going, "Oh, again? Oh."
Yeah. I mean, but surely you need that. The pessimistic people of those among you would need some optimism. That's why you need them, because otherwise you could just listen to your own thoughts.
It's not very in brand for a former emo. Justina, I would like to have a look at what you have brought in.
Okay. So this is a hat. And I know what you're thinking, right? I know what you're thinking. What does the hat have to do with the kitchen? Okay, but tell me this. Have you ever been in a situation when you're like, what am I going to eat tonight? Have you ever talked with your significant other and you're like, what are we going to do as a takeaway? Well, you know what this hat does? It decides what you want. You put it on and you're like, you know what? I want Chinese.
Wait,
so never again. So never again in your life will you have to fight with your significant other about what you're going to get as a takeaway or what you're going to cook tonight. It's all done. You've decided. It tells you what you want.
All right, I want to test this. So I'm going to ask you a question with the hat on and without the hat on. So I think we should do without first.
Okay.
Okay. You're going to a Chinese. What are you ordering?
I don't know what I want. I don't even know if I want Chinese. Maybe something else. I don't know. Let's think about it for a couple hours.
Hat on. You're going to a Chinese. What are you ordering?
Sweet and sour chicken. Bam.
Wow.
I mean, if that's not an example of the hat working, I'm pretty sure you're not selling snake oil right now.
I am not. It is. I call this the relationship saver.
Is it because when you get fed up with the other person, you can just completely cover their face?
No. It's because every single one of my relationships, what I believe ended in, is because we fought about what we're going to eat. That's what I choose to believe. That's the reason they're all ended. Because we fought about that a lot. And now I have this. And we're good.
Instead of the sorting hat, that's the sorting beanie, in other words.
Yeah. Yes, it is. Or it's the only hat I own. What?
That's the nearest thing you could grab.
No, that is not correct. I did not know.
Oh, sorry.
The nearest thing she can grab appears to be those dangly things behind her head.
Oh yeah, we had a birthday.
Justina, I've got a question for the relationship saver. What does it think about kale?
It depends whose head it's on.
Oh, okay,
I'm
so
sure there's some freaks
okay.
in life who would put in and be like, I want kale, but I don't want to be friends with these people. So I would know immediately.
So thus far we've had a toaster with human hands and the sorting beanie hat.
Sorry. I'm not sure why we're focusing on the human hands when we. I'm
going to be honest. If I was given a toaster, it's got human hands. I'd be focusing on the human hands and not the fact that it could toast bread. Dr. Pepper.
Yes.
What have you brought in for us?
Right. Well, I too have got something to help you decide what to eat.
Oh, perfect.
But I've actually made something rather than just put a hat on my head. This is the sandwich selector. So you spin. Wait, you spin, and whatever it lands on, there's a little arrow at the bottom. I've started on the wrong side. You spin, and it'll tell you what bread. Like you can have bread, pita bread, bagels, wraps, rolls, and whatever it lands on, you select.
I can't read what that says.
It's fine.
Cool.
Then you spin the next one, and it's landed on in between
egg and chicken,
or chicken either. I can't read my writing. Then you can add any sauce you would like to, and this has landed on barbecue. So you've got a baguette with egg and chicken and barbecue sauce. And it's because sometimes when you want a sandwich, it takes way too long to wander around the kitchen, check in the fridge, check in the cupboard. So you can just put it all on one, customize it however you want, and then spin, and the job is all decided for you.
I mean, is this actually solving a problem? Do you normally have all those ingredients in your house? Because I would normally go, I want a sandwich, I've got cheese, put the entire block of cheese in between two slices of bread and pop your uncle.
Well, that's why you can customize it. So, for example, shopping a day in my house is on a Monday. So on a Sunday, so for today, for example, there would be about half the items, if not 2 items on each spinning thing. But then on a Monday evening after shopping day, you can fill it up with as many as you want.
You can also, this is very sellable to Subway. You're like, oh, the new Subway surprise sandwich. Boom, boom, boom.
I could see that actually. I could see you walk in, you spin it, you've got like your bread, you've got like your meats, you've got like the veg, and you've got like the sauces. Perfect.
Yes.
I mean, it's not just because he's a Callum, but I think this is an amazing idea.
I've got another thought of why you think it's amazing. We'll get to that on your task. Justina.
I have a question. Dr. Pepper, do you live in a big house where you have a big kitchen?
Yes, because I still live with my parents.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Aww. So you have space enough for that kind of utensil, and you need enough sandwiches for that to be used a lot in your kitchen.
Yeah, well, you can hang it up on the wall if you wanted to. You know, if you've got a bit of wall space, you can have it just
it's
flat
a
on a table. You can spin. You know, you get a bit of rope. There's a million possibilities.
I mean, not to help, but actually, I can see you maybe removing certain items of it, and maybe it's for a jacket potato, maybe it's for a pizza.
You could do that. See, the possibilities are endless.
It could even be for a kale salad. Let's move on to Cthulhu. So, Callum, I believe you sent me something completely original that no one has thought of before. Would you like me to show the world?
No, that wasn't for this one. That was for another one, surely.
Was that for the other one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I've got drawings for this one.
Okay, show me your drawings then.
So, well, the first question I will ask is, what is the ultimate utensil? It's the human hand. It's the human hand. The human hand can do many things. So what if we were to develop gloves that could go atop the human hand, combining all manner of utensil?
Brilliant. Oh my!
Behold, we have on this one. Look, it's got the lock on because this is a little fire starter. There's the ignition. This is for measuring the temperature of things, whether it be meat or jam. This, a potato peeler. Here, a knife. Behold, the thumb pizza cutter. On this one, the big thumb spoon. The fork. Look, you can whisk. A bottle opener. And then a tiny spoon for when you're feeling tiny times. I feel like no questions are needed there. I will take points now.
I was sold until you went a tiny spoon for tiny times.
Interesting.
Justina appears to have a question, though.
Oh, no, I don't have a question. I think that is, I need it. I need it right now.
Yeah, Kevin. I mean, yes, we're not at school. You can just talk.
Wouldn't it be cool if the greatest utensils ever, aka the human hands, were attached to a toaster? Yeah, we'll just leave that with you then.
Someone's playing 4D chess here. Do we have any more thoughts on Cthulhu's design?
I like it. I feel like it's sort of if Wolverine was a house husband.
I mean, thus far, he only has 6 chopsticks, and that's not particularly helpful in the kitchen.
Yeah.
I'm going to move on to scoring this. So we had Kieran's human hand toaster. We had Justina's. Here's the time. I forget the task, which is never a good sign. What did Justina bring in? You brought in
the hat.
The hat.
Oh, the hat. The sorting hat, of course.
Wonder why you couldn't remember.
Well, it's food related. No, it's not. Callum, Dr. Pepper brought in your sandwich cider, and Cthulhu brought in the multi-tool hands. I'm going to reward creativity here, I think. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give Justina 4 points out of 10. I'm going to give Kieran 5 points out of 10. I'm going to jump a couple
So I think both Callums have thought more outside the box for this. Do I reward the hands, which make these really good drawing? I really enjoy seeing that. Or do we reward the spinning plates? Well, I'm pretty sure Dr. Pepper had to eat 4 banoffee pies to make that, or 3 banoffee pies to make that. I'm going to go. What do I want in my kitchen? I want multi-tool hands. Cthulhu's going to take 8 points. Callum's going to take 7.
Yeah.
And those are my scores.
That sounds fair, apart from the 4 for a hat.
Well,
sorry, did you have time to prepare? I was involved since yesterday.
well,
so I think that's pretty fair.
But surely you have a kitchen in your house.
No.
She also has
No,
a
I
hat.
do.
Rather than a hat cupboard.
Let's
And it
move
was
on
the best
before we
idea
start
ever.
a fight. The first task proper that I've asked you to do is to do the best thing with a slice of toast. I want to start immediately with Justina, which I'm not sure is a good sign that you've really thought outside the box here. Do you want to explain what you've done, or should I just chuck the photos up?
Yes. I don't know if you can read my name. It's very long and very foreign. And I have lived in England for a lot of years now, and I lived here before Brexit and during Brexit and post Brexit. And I just wanted to show some proof that I have indeed assimilated.
Right.
So here's my proof that I am in fact almost English.
Beans on toast. So, fun fact for those who don't know it, 95% of all baked beans in the world are sold in England, or in the UK at least. It's a very, very British food. And you think that this is the best thing you can do with toast?
Yes.
Yeah. I do love baked beans on toast. So you've got a fairly good grounded here to make a good argument. And the fact that you've brought in assimilating to our culture, becoming part of our country, I think that's a strong. I believe
I've
we've got a
never
second
had
photo
beans
here.
before. Before I moved here, never had beans.
Never.
Now, I think it's the best thing you can do with toast. Imagine what you've done to me.
Yeah.
England.
I've only got one question though. Looking here, it doesn't look like it's on toast.
It is on toast.
It's very
It's toasted.
lightly
Just very
toasted
lightly,
toast.
very lightly toasted.
I would like brown all over, like nice and crispy when you bite into it.
No,
Uh,
I like
I
it
think it's
soggy.
helped by it being like the end piece, so
No.
it probably wouldn't have gone very well. But that is also I think that's the best piece to toast, because you get usually the most amount of bread to absorb things in.
Right?
Are people buying the argument that beans on toast is the best thing to do?
I
Beans on
hate
toast.
beans on toast. I hate
Get
beans.
out of this
so-
country.
Exactly.
that's the last-
Brexit means Brexit.
Honestly,
Well, I've said many times, breakfast means breakfast. I think that's a good entry. It's a good utilization of the task. And again, you did this all yesterday. I would like to look at Cthulhu's next.
Okay.
So this is the first photo that you sent me.
Yes. So that is, I'm quite literally doing something with a piece of toast. That is me about to drive with the piece of toast as my passenger to take it somewhere. I'm not just doing something with the toast. I'm doing something for the toast.
Okay, shall I move on?
By all means. Oh, this is look how happy we are.
We can't tell if the toast is happy, but please, carry on.
Look, the toast is blushing. You can see it here.
Exactly.
Right,
And
okay.
look, I'd also like to point out, look how brown it is, like not too singed. I feel just the right amount of toasted. I believe there's one more picture.
There is, but I just want to say, I want someone to look at me like you look at toast.
Yeah. I'm so happy there.
Now, I know what you're thinking. Callum, where have you taken the toast? That, my friends, is the giant comb in Barnsley. Where else would a piece of toast want to go? Where else could you go with toast to enjoy a lovely time?
I don't know the north. What is the giant cone in Barnsley?
I'll be honest. I don't really know. I was just there, and I was like, "That looks like a really big comb. Can you take a picture of me with this slice of toast?"
Not cone.
Yes. Yeah,
okay.
no.
So like brushing hair, not.
Yeah, exactly. Something that I would find totally useless.
Putting on the road to stop traffic.
Yeah, no cone. I'm not a student. Good grief.
Yeah, Tommy Smith. The toast will be cold and stale, but something tells me Callum will be keeping it warm.
Exactly. You don't get to see what happened later in the night.
What do we think? He took a toast out of the day. That's what I'm reading into this.
Who took the pictures? And if the toast was sat in the front seat of your car, did you make someone else sit in the back or ask a stranger to take a picture of you as a toast?
I'm going to leave that up to the imagination.
Either way, I respect it.
That's more sinister. That's even more sinister. I'm still sort of with the toast's sort of consent, because maybe the toast was coerced. We don't actually know how happy the toast was to be taken to the comb. We've only got your word for that.
I mean, you do raise a fair point, because Barnsley is a hole, quite frankly. Even Toast likely wasn't the most happy about it. But I can't really go very far in my car. So,
do you even know Toast's first name?
It's Elvira.
Okay, cool. Kieran.
Yeah.
I've got 2 photos from you.
Yeah.
Which one do you want to show first? The one with the telly or the other one?
The one with the other one, please.
The other one.
Right.
So this is your photo.
Okay, yeah. This is photo 1.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'll probably explain them both together. So that's photo 1.
Okay.
Very scary. Photo 2. Now, you might think, what on earth am I doing here? This is all linked to a famous song, which I just found out that I can't play. So...
Well, it looks like we're going to have to sing it. Well,
so we're going to have to sing it. Me, okay. So this is based on an incredibly classic song by Desiree, where she goes, "I don't want to see a ghost. It's the sight that I fear most. I'd rather have a piece of toast and watch the evening news." And you can see I had to see a ghost. It was very incredibly terrifying. But instead of doing that, I did the best thing that you could do with a piece of toast, which is eat it while I was watching the evening news. We can see it's BBC News at 6. So, ladies and gentlemen, say what you will after that.
I've got a question. Please raise your hands if you agree. Has anyone heard of that song ever before in their life?
Yes.
One person.
That song's the reason I like poetry.
Serious? This is a classic song. Thank you, Justina. I think you've assimilated already. You don't need to use
too well.
Where is the toast in the ghost?
Where's the toast? No, well, the best thing to do
is there no toast with the ghost?
There's no toast with the ghost, because the best thing to do to get over the fear of seeing a ghost is to eat a piece of toast. Right. Yeah, while watching the evening news.
Is the evening news there to take like a new form of terror, like push the ghost terror out and be like, oh, the crushing oppression of realism? Well, oh shit. Yeah.
Callum, I can't. Sorry, Cthulhu. I can't really answer that, because I don't know what was going on in Desiree's mind when she wrote the incredible instructions of what to do when you see a ghost. So I'm afraid you're going to have to direct that question to her.
Something tells me what was going through Desiree's mind when she was writing what to do when you see a ghost was, what rhymes with ghost?
That's very possible. That's very possible. I would like if anybody's watching out there.
Most.
Listen, guys, help me out, audience. If anybody's watching out there and has heard this classic song, these classic instructions, please do let the Larklord know, because that might help me in this task. I don't know.
Tommy Smith is with you.
I was about to say, Tommy.
Bold of you to assume there's an audience, but there's one person who appears to be on your side.
Thanks, Tommy.
Dr. Pepper.
Yes.
Shall we show yours? Do you want to say anything in advance, or should we just let it?
Let's just go into it. It was the less said, the better.
It's already brilliant.
Yeah.
Are you wishing to narrate this, Callum?
Okay, yep. The Adventures of... I should have told a name I could say without stuttering.
Just makes it more impressive.
David Hovishoff. Oh no, my boat is sinking. Someone on Brioche Beach needs my help. Do not crumble, ma'am. Hovishoff to the rescue. Take my crest. You're so brave and seedless, Hovishoff. Another day saved, thanks to Hovishoff. I love you, Hovishoff.
Yeah. We got a nice storybook. What inspired this creation? Clearly Baywatch, but
is it bad that that's the first thing my mind went to when I thought, what's the best thing to do with Peter Toast? I thought saving someone's life. And then I thought, what I quite like to do play on words and puns. So I thought, what pun can I do? And David Hovishoff was born.
I mean, I did like the pun. I did enjoy the pun. It makes sense. Yes, Cthulhu.
If there was to be a movie made of it, how would you feel if they cast Patrick Warburton in the lead role?
Yeah, I can't think of something equally as funny to say back, so I just know.
Well, it'd be better than having Zac Efron.
Yes.
Which is what we had in the Baywatch remake. Kieran, Justina, do you have anything to take this down a peg?
No.
I
Undefeated.
don't think we can even mock it. I think it's incredible.
Well, let's race across to the scoring then. You know what? I'm giving David Hovishoff 10 full points.
Yeah, I made it.
So with Kieran, we had Ghost and Toast. With Cthulhu, we had A Lovely Date, and with Justina, we had Assimilating Beans on Toast.
Can I add something in support of mine? Okay, the ghost was my mother. Okay, so I made my poor mother dress up in that sheet, and
thank God! I thought you were going to say I killed my mother.
I killed her with a piece of toast.
Yeah, that would have been quite impressive.
What I'm going to do is Justina, you're going to walk away with 4 points again, I'm afraid. I love Beans on Toast, but it just doesn't have that creative spark that the other two have. Kieran and Callum. Kieran, you're going to get 6 points. Callum, you're going to get 8 points. Now, we go to the most exciting bit of the show. The point of the show, which in 18 episodes, I have not been able to smooth out whatsoever. It is me attempting to write the scores on PowerPoint and bring it up to show everyone else. I will say that there is only 1 point between the top two. But there's quite a few between the fourth person and the top two. The scores after 2 tasks are Callum, Dr. Pepper has 17, Cthulhu has 16, Kieran has 11, and Justina has 8. There are 3 tasks left to go, so it's all to play for. Now we move on to our first live task. You're going to have about 60 seconds to do this, and then about 15 to 20 seconds to sell it to me. I would like you to create the best meal using ingredients that start with with a letter from your first name. So, say for Kieran, you can have kale because that starts with a K. You can also use I, R, A, and N. You must have at least 3 ingredients in it, and they must use 3 different letters from your name. We're going to come back, and you're going to tell me what meal you have created, and I'm going to decide which of these meals I prefer. And you're going to have about 60 seconds starting from now. Now, I have not prepped him, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring Laurie back onto stream. Hey. Hello.
Hello.
And ask, what are you going to want to see in this?
What am I going to want to see?
Yeah. What ingredients do you like? What would you like to see from contestants in terms of the meal?
I want to see something that you could genuinely eat. I think there's going to be some that are just like, fuck it, I'll throw some things together, and they'll be quite kind of like hot mess, very funny, chaotic. But it would be amazing if someone could put together something that you would actually eat, and it's like a kind of like a spontaneous like stroke of genius that just kind of happens spontaneously in the kitchen. Like, I think that'll be amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I want a meal that I might go get in a restaurant, or but with a nice little Larklord, a nice little sort of Larklord add-on to it.
Yeah, and actually, funnily enough, because I've been looking for Christmas presents, and I actually have a few names of local Nottingham like artisan food shops that I could list off. I mean, it's going to be free advertising, but I think cool places that I think people might appreciate knowing about.
We've already had Tim Hortons, Dr. Pepper, and Cthulhu being advertised on this show. So we'll see. If you're watching the show, if you like it, we are doing a live version in Leicester on February the 6th. We're also part of Miss Imp, who do fantastic live improvised comedy in Nottingham. Every single Thursday we've got a drop in. This Thursday's our Christmas party. And also Late Stage Comedy, who run comedy nights across the city. We have our second all women's lineup tomorrow night at Percy Picklebackers. Anyone's more than welcome to attend. And on December 14th, we have our final show of the year at Bunkers Hill with fantastic array of comedians, including the winner of the Midlands Best New Act competition, who won it earlier today. And we'll have more in the new year for both Miss Imp, Larklord, and Late Stage. Do you want to hang fire and help judge these, Laurie?
Yeah, sure thing.
Why not? Let's head over to Dr. Pepper, because he looks the most dready.
Okay.
That was not true. Right, so let's have a look. What have you created as your meal?
Right, what I've got is I've gone for, you can't see it with the light, we've got main course, the main part of the dish is lamb.
Yep.
Then we got some mint sauce for the lamb.
Yep.
And then a side of cauliflower, cabbage, and carrots for the nice veg. And if we wanted to try and see if I can push these rules, we could use an L for lashings of gravy, but that's only if you want that.
So we've just gone for a standard lamb dinner.
Yes.
Yeah, cool. I mean, it's food that we could eat, and it sounds quite nice. I don't think it's got that special bit of Larklord to it.
It does sound pretty tasty though. Like lamb with mint is a killer combination.
I think we're gonna hear Kieran's next.
Okay, guys. When you think about this, just think about how important it is to be healthy, and also how important it is to eat things beginning with K. Because what we've got here, we've got a kumquat, so healthy. This is a salad. It's kumquat. It's a kiwi. Yes, I started to draw it in red, but I realised it was green. And we also do have an ingredient that we've mentioned quite a lot today already. Yes, it's the kale. It's the kale that divides everyone. And also it needs a dressing, so it's going to have apple juice, which we're going to pour onto it for a bit of theatre when it comes to the plate. And this is my attempt to draw Cthulhu's invention, because I'm going to whisk it and cut it and use the tiny spoon to prepare the ingredients. So yes, it's a KKK salad. And yes, that word does not have any.
I'm not sure you want to put that name on the menu.
Yeah, that word does not have any other connotation.
Also, can I just bring you up on one small point? Like a dressing is not just like anything that's fluid. Like apple juice is not a dressing. In the same way that
no.
In the same way that I don't know, like some coffee syrup is not a dressing. It's a liquid.
Laurie, that's a good point, and I take your part. I was just being avant-garde. In my ingredient selection.
Bit of the Blumenthal, right? Yeah.
It's got that little bit of a long spice. I'll give it that. I will say I want to order that less than I want to eat that, and I don't want to eat that.
Yes.
I feel like it would make a good smoothie. It feels like one of those smooth. Do they still have the Boost juice bar in the Vic Centre?
Potentially, I don't know.
It feels like one of the weird fucking smoothies that they have at the end of the list. The real kinky freaks.
That's Exactly. That's how that's the subtitles for it. A weird fucking smoothie like that. Yeah.
I'd rather say that than the actual title.
Yeah.
Cthulhu, let's have a look what you have designed.
So I have gone for, if we can see it here, so these are crumpets, but served with a carrot and coriander coulis on top, and with a side of cured ham.
Okay. Actually, you know what? That has a bit of the flavor triangle. You know, you've got the sweetness from the carrots. You've got the salt, like this. It's like, what is it? You've got the saltiness from the
umami,
the ham,
the cured ham.
Yeah, the umami as well. Yeah, it's one of those things where it sounds like a strange combination, but I can see it kind of weirdly working.
Yeah, I mean, I was ready to feel disgusted whilst hearing that, but actually, I hate crumpets. I hate nothing more than crumpets. But
get out of this country.
That sounds quite nice. that generally sounds. Oh, that could work. Actually, that's a nice use of the crumpet. That feels like a nice meal. And it's different. It's not something I'd ever come across before. I thought that's a very good meal. Justina, let's have a look at yours.
I think I may have disqualified myself.
Oh, excellent.
I really want to hear it now.
See if you can undisqualify yourself while saying it.
Because I think I did it wrong.
What did you do?
Because I did it with numbers from my first name, not just my first letter. Is that wrong?
No, that's not wrong. The other two technically did it wrong. But I was just choosing to ignore it.
I don't know if you can see, but there's a bowl.
Yeah, that's.
And then that bowl, in that dessert bowl, there's Jello, ugali fruit, and truffles, like sweet truffles.
Ooh, okay.
You mix it all up, and you have a bit of a dessert.
Okay.
So was that Jello, garlic, truffles, and what else?
Jello, ugali fruit, and truffles.
What's a ugali fruit?
It's like a fruit.
It's like a
made
up fruit.
Nice.
Ah, of course.
Yeah, it's like a Mediterranean fruit. It's nice.
I've googled it and I'll bring it up on screen in a second. This is an ugali fruit.
Oh, okay.
It's like an orange,
like a lemon lime hybrid almost.
So it's a bit of a sweet, but a bit of a kick dessert.
It's like an orange that's trying to infiltrate a group of quanquats. It's like the orange. It's like the orange KGB sleeper agent.
This year, one orange. No orange has gone before.
They took my family.
I will find you, and I will squash you.
Okay, yeah, that's an interesting combination of some quite sort of unique little ingredients that you wouldn't always get the chance to eat in a little meal.
Right, let's score this, and let's score this quickly because everyone's talking too much and we're running.
Sorry.
Fine. I think in my head it's going to go Cthulhu, Justina, Kieran, and Callum, because that's the order. Because Callum's going to be a lovely meal, but I've had that before. Everyone else at least added something to it, and I think 10, 8, 6, 4.
4.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
So that is 4 not good enough.
4 for Dr. Pepper. That is 6 for Kieran. That is 8 for Justina, and that is 10 for Cthulhu. And that's
if there's any consolation, Dr. Pepper, you did just get this little thing from someone in the chat.
We're going to say goodbye to Laurie. Do not discard your pieces of paper with your meals on. They will come back later, as this task has a part 2. But now we move on to your video task. And I have asked you all to create the greatest recipe video. And we are going to start with Kieran. Now, before we play this, Kieran, is there anything you want to say in advance?
I don't know. They'll probably all come to me when we see the ridiculousness of the video. But we can just play it, I think.
Let's have a look at Kieran's video.
I'm going to make a toast for you out of toast. So starting with some water. we've got our namesake toast. And next in goes some cocoa powder. And last but not least, it wouldn't be a toast without some lovely alcohol. So we've got some Caribbean Pearl rum for you. Cheers, Larklord. Pause the video. Pause the video. Pause the video. Right.
Smooth editing.
Right, okay.
I
Yeah,
like the point where you looked at the camera and then it cut.
Yeah, I was gonna. Actually, yes, there was a strange edit, and then also I was gonna drink it, and then I was like, "There's no way I'm drinking." Because did you see how much rum I poured into that by accident? Like, there was no way, and my brother wouldn't turn off the camera, so that is why we saw what we saw there.
I'm disappointed I didn't see you drink the rum.
I know, yeah, I just, I'm a small person. If I drunk that, I would have been, God knows what would have happened to me.
So the recipe there, what was it? It was water, toast, rum. Was there a fourth ingredient?
There was some hot chocolate, some cocoa powder, yeah,
and some cocoa powder to create
a toast made out of toast. Now, one could argue that that's a better thing to do with toast than what I actually did with toast.
Generally, I think you'd have scored more points if you'd done that. You toasted the Larklord, which is definitely that's angling for some extra points there. Does anyone have got any thoughts on the toasty toast? Nope. No, everyone is stunned into silence. So we're going to move on. We're going to see what Justina did for her video.
Hello, my name is Justina, and in today's episode, I am going to show you a recipe on how you too can look like me. Look at this body shape, right? I know you want it, but only 2 simple ingredients. The first thing you'll need is booze. Booze, booze, booze. Every day, okay? That's one. The second thing you'll need is takeaways. Also every day, okay? So today we have Pizza Hut, okay? Does not have to be Pizza Hut. It can be whatever you would like to have. The only requirement is that it's high in calories. Okay, so these are the 2 simple ingredients that you will need. Now you need to drink the booze and eat the takeaways every day for years, and you too can look like me. And in the next episode, I am going to show you a recipe of how you can lose all of your money. Spoiler alert, we will be using the same ingredients again. Thank you.
I enjoyed that. Also, another person trying to get sponsorship.
I thought I would give actual advice because I keep getting a lot of questions. I was like, "What? How did you do it? How you gained all this weight? Like, what happened?" So I was like, I got tired of answering that question. So I was like, I'm gonna put on a show and just answer them on how I managed to get there.
I go a similar route. However, what I do is I get sad, buy a box of chocolates, and then eat almost all of them.
Everyone has their own journey. We all do what we need to do to get there. But as long as we all become fat one day, that's all that matters. That was and again.
We are flipping the before and after photos.
I think we're on at least 4, Laurie. Please update. Someone's wearing a Dr. Pepper t-shirt right now as well. I mean, I think this appealed to me because, like yourself, I'm also a larger person. And I appreciate your candor and honesty. It's like it takes work and lots of money to get to this because you're unable to cook and order takeaways all the time. And also, you're the second comic to have used booze in their recipe. I wonder if that's an indication that comedians might also be slightly alcoholic.
That's not a question.
No, it's not. Does anyone have any thoughts on Justina's recipe video?
I like it, and I like the sass and the confidence, and it's one of the personal development videos that I would be happy to follow. So, thumbs up for me.
Were you inspired by any chef in the way that you presented yourself? Or were you just full on Justina? Just Justina?
No, that's me. That's me.
Next up, I would like to look at, I'm saying this to make Laurie's life easier, at Callum Jays, please.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the cooking show. I'm Jeremy Renner. You know it's me because of my catchphrase. I've got some arrows. I'm going to show you how to make some hot chicken flavor noodles. Jeremy Renner likes a bargain. Peppermint cream and eggs. Nice. Follow me on our world of dreams. First, we boil the kettle. When the kettle has boiled, we make sure the water is brown. Delicious brown. Then we put the noodles in here. Noodle. That's the noise. Warm. Then we put a plate on top to marinade. Now we need to flip the noodles, but we must be safe removing the plate. So I will use my handy-dandy plate lifting device. There we go. Flip the noodles in the brown water. Back up we go. Now let's make sure there's nothing in there that will get us cancelled. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear.
No, the first question would be, how did you get Jeremy Renner? We're just very close friends.
No, my first question is, do you think that Kermit after a bad acid trip sounds like Jeremy Renner?
But listen, you hear acting Jeremy Renner. I can put on I can be American if I want to be. I can do that voice. That's his real voice. He's a lovely guy.
It was like a recipe video from the League of Gentlemen.
I'll take it as a compliment.
I've never watched the League of Gentlemen, only have heard their voices. I don't want to question it because I fear that we're going to open a massive Pandora's box with that. Because there's a certain item you used to pull off. I'm not using the word pull off in relation to that item.
That's just a handy dandy plate lifter. I don't know what you're on about.
Sure. And your Marilyn Manson access pass.
That I will clarify that is something I stole when I worked at CEX many years ago. I was like, this looks cool. I'll keep that.
Yeah. That
In
was
retrospect,
a bad decision.
Yeah. Maybe it doesn't live here anymore. Who's to say?
Anyone else got any thoughts before we move on to the final video?
I thought it was quite educational. I've actually learned that I need to leave my pot noodles to marinate and make them taste nicer. So I liked it.
Thank you.
I mean, I like break up a bit of noodles and put it on top as like a bit of crunchy thing. That's definitely from a film, actually. Now I think of that.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yes, it is. Let's look at the final video from Dr. Pepper or Callum S.
This is a recipe for the perfect rap song. Preheat the oven to extra spicy. One finely diced cool rapper name. Leave to set when you find your fame. 2 cups of rhyming words that don't make sense. Like here comes Kev with a garden fence. 500 milliliters of swear words and 200 milliliters of calling girls birds. 10 grams of drug talk. Melt yourself down a new gangster walk. A spoonful of gun fingers. There's not a lot that rhymes with fingers. 1 chopped urban backdrop. Maybe even add getting chased by a cop. A costume that makes you look like a chav. Mix in some half-dressed girls as a must-have. Bring to boil some sex references. Don't forget your homies' preferences. Stir in some questionable dance moves and put in the oven till the song improves. That's a recipe for a rap song. A recipe for the perfect rap song, yeah.
Smashed it. And see, Kieran, he drank the vodka, he drank the alcohol in video.
Yes.
That's true.
That's alcohol and not just water.
I really enjoyed filming that scene. Surprisingly.
We had everything. We had dance moves, we had lyrics, we had rhyming. Nothing I couldn't complain about, apart from the fact that you filmed it in portrait.
I was being filmed by a 10-year-old, so you got to give him some kind of leeway.
No, I felt it worked. It was like I was watching a rapper's TikTok.
That was the plan.
Okay.
But I work in a school, and if any of my students see that, then I have no authority left at all.
Well, you said it was from my 10-year-old. I'm just going to presume it was one of your students.
No, because then what was he doing in my house?
Right, okay. Does anyone have any thoughts on the video before we move to scoring?
It's wonderful, and it was definitely a recipe. Like, I want it, and I want to write the next greatest rap song. And I know I could do it now. Thank you.
Well, brilliant. Brilliant. You may get an opportunity to put that into practice.
That was the real rapper's delight right there.
Yeah. So let's have a quick reminder. So Kieran, we had the toasty toast. Callum, we had the unquestionable way to cook noodles. Justina, we had how to be an adult in 2021. And Callum, we had rapper's delight. I don't think anyone's going to begrudge who's going to get 10 points here. No. It's clearly going to be Callum Schofield. Which makes the second 10 points of the show. I'm going to give 8 points to Justina. I'm going to give 6 points to Kieran. And I'm going to give... I'm really tempted to do 0 here. No, I'm going to give...
I got a Hollywood actor.
The more you argue, the lower this goes. 4 points is going to go to Cthulhu.
Just going to tweet Jeremy now.
Which leads us on to our final task with only 1 point separating the top 2 individuals. Now, for this task, I would like you to create the best advert. You can choose what form that takes, be it rap, be it a pitch, be it a song, be it a dance, be it anything that you want, be it hand movements, I don't care. The best advert for the meal that you create earlier. I would like you to sell this advert to the viewers of Larklord this evening. I'm going to give you about 2 minutes to go create it, and I'm going to bring Laurie back onto the screen to have a quick chat with. So good luck. I'll see you in 2 minutes' time. Hello again, Laurie.
Hello.
I've seen what you've been putting down below.
What?
So, do you think any of these contestants are going to run into a bit of an issue with trying to promote what they created earlier? I can think of one issue that pops up for Kieran.
The fact that it's like a kind of disparate array of ingredients that don't... Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah. Also, I don't think the name particularly lends itself well to being particularly sellable.
Although we did give Kieran the smoothie idea, so maybe that'll be a thing, or maybe they'll go. Maybe she'll go completely left field and surprise us. I don't know. I think there were several dishes actually that wouldn't necessarily go amiss on a fancy restaurant menu.
No,
the crumpet with the carrot and coriander and the ham hock or whatever it was. I could see them selling that at like Delilah or some nice hotel, selling it for 25 quid or whatever.
Maybe Salt Bay, chucking it with a bit of gold on top.
Yeah, absolutely.
A couple of grand. I mean, Callum had the lamb dinner, which is the most basic of it, but actually might make it the most sellable.
Yeah, and actually, Callum has a chance to up his game on the lamb dinner. Maybe we're gonna see something really unexpected. Maybe we're gonna see something like you see off Chef's Table, where it's presented in a very unconventional, theatrical way. It's like it's not necessarily it's the meal itself, and then there's also the whole presentation and the theatrical, immersive element of how the dish is served.
And Justina's dish. What was in Justina's dish?
It was truffles.
That was it, yes.
Some other stuff.
Perhaps the most out there, but certainly a good opportunity to push it. Two of them watching. You've got about 30 seconds left, contestants, and I'm going to start bringing you back onto. Well, you're all on screen anyway. We're all watching you attempt to be entertaining whilst making something. If you like Larklord, please like, share, and subscribe. Follow us on all social medias. We're back live in Leicester. Also, Missing and Late Stage Comedy do a bunch of great stuff across the city, and we'll check in with all the contestants in a bit about what they have got coming up. We've now gone to 2 minutes. I know you started first last time, but Dr. Pepper, are you ready?
Yes, let me turn my camera around.
Okay, so we'll start with, you've got about 30 seconds starting from
Can
now.
you see what I need?
We can.
Okay. I gotta try and look sexy now. So. Lamb. Carrots. Mint sauce. More carrots. This is the dinner for you. This could be all yours. A lamb dinner. Because one lamb is better than no lamb. Thank you.
We started on the M&S route there, and then we just went for threatening people.
This is another carrot, like.
Impressive amount of ingredients you had there as well, based on the task that you had no idea was coming.
Yeah.
Do you just sort of keep mint sauce on your nightstand then? When maybe you get lucky, you bring them home. It's just there, and it's there, so that they know that that's an important part of what you're doing in the bedroom.
No.
When you bring someone back in a fresh house, you mean you just got a lot of mint sauce?
Yeah, I had to go for a little run to find things and steal a sheep from my younger brother as well. But still.
So you got it for your younger brother's nightstand?
Yeah.
Right, so that's a strong opener. I'm going to move across to the other Callum. Kafili, let's have a look at your advert.
This isn't just any crumpet. This is a carrot and coriander crumpet made from the freshest carrots this side of Holland, and served alongside an absolutely delicious double slice of Armenian cured ham, so that you'll be saying, I'm a vegetarian and I hate coriander. There you go.
So we also went to the M&S why can't I say M&S? We also went for the M&S vibe and just went for constant eye contact to creep out the audience.
Exactly. That's
Perfect.
if you ever see me do stand-up, that's exactly what I go for.
This is not just any stand-up. This is Callum Ellis Darvish Jones stand-up. If you leave, I will hunt you down. I mean, the voice was good. I'll give you that.
I've never heard crumpet described as double slice.
What does that even mean?
I summon, figure it out.
I just assumed it was a crumpet that had been like cut in half twice, like what you do with a cake if you wanted to do like a 3-layered cake.
I mean, the crumpet's not like a sliced bread. If you cut it in half, you don't get two crumpets. You just get like a bobbly bit that probably breaks apart, and then the flat underside, which tastes like cardboard. Yeah,
you get a sponge and like a loofah crumpet.
I think it's the battle of the M&S between the Callums at the moment, and I think the line on the bed is the better one thus far. Let's see.
That's a straight sentence, isn't it?
More immersive.
Yeah. Sort of brought us more into your minty world. Justina, let's see if we follow the same trajectory.
Have this ever happened to you? You just went to a romantic dinner with your partner because, unfortunately, you're falling out of love. And then you had some lamb, and it was crap. And you feel like this is the last straw. This is it. We are breaking up. Introducing the dessert so good that it will make you fall back in love. Jello, ugly fruit, and truffles.
You know what? You know what that reminded me of? It reminded me when politicians are called on to argue a point in Parliament, and they just spend their whole turn just slating the opposition rather than making any concrete decisions or opinions about anything.
I don't know. You set up there was an obstacle there, which is bad lamb dinners, and then you said the solution: a really good dessert. I've not tasted the ugly fruit before. I don't know if it's nice or bad.
It's the best dessert. It will make you fall back in love.
That's a pretty.
That's a bold claim.
Yeah, that's a pretty strong selling point.
Yeah, I mean, it would make me want to try it.
I'm just wondering about how the R&D process of that went.
Just send it around lots of unhappy couples.
Darling, we tried inviting a bisexual woman into our marriage. Now we need to try. That didn't work. She felt very exploited, so we're going to try this pudding instead.
Last, and potentially not least, depending on what she does, let's have a look at Kieran's.
Okay. In a world where villains are trying to get you to eat unhealthily, welcome to Super K. Kiwis, kumquats, kale, kryptonite to your cholesterol.
Oh, that perfect. 10 seconds. Perfect.
Short and sweet.
Generation. Short and sweet. Short and sweet. I mean, we've sorted out the branding issue. The name change is definitely a good move.
It's got a C at the end. No one will ever question it.
And kryptonite your cholesterol. That is a good tagline. I don't think anyone else had a good tagline, unless I missed it.
Save your marriage.
Save your marriage. But kryptonite your cholesterol. That just sounds good.
Cholesterol. That's the name of the horse from My Little Pony.
Kryptonite your cholesterol. We all know that I can't talk. So, Lloyd, which one stands out to you? At the moment, I think Kieran. I think they all had a nice vibe. They all took a slightly different approach.
Yeah, I feel like all of them went a step up from the initial proposals, and added something a bit extra. I was very impressed.
But you know what? The shortest and the sweet one that has maybe won me round, I think it might be Kieran's. I think Kieran might actually need to come out top here.
Okay.
So, do you disagree?
I quite like Dr. Pepper's.
No, I do too. So I think Kieran, Dr. Pepper, Justina, and then Callum, and then Cthulhu's. I think they're all good though. So I think 10, 9, 8, 7. Cool. No one is shouting at me, so we're going to go for that. So that is 10 points for Kieran, 9 points for Dr. Pepper's, 8 points for Justina's, and then 7 points for Cthulhu's. Now this is time, just before we do the scores, for our contestants to let you know what they're doing. So we'll start with you, Kieran. Have you got anything you'd like to let the audience know that you were doing, Kieran?
I am in a duo called Sisters Charismatic and will be performing in the Comedy Festival in Leicester in 2022.
Ooh.
So watch out for that. Yeah.
Justina, have you got anything awesome coming up?
Nothing really. Everything's on my socials. Just to see what I'm doing later on.
Would you like to share your socials?
Oh,
to
yeah,
anyone?
of course. It's just Justina, and then the first 4 letters, SESE, first 5 letters. Oh, my last name.
Dr. Pepper, have you got anything coming up or anything you'd like to promote?
At the moment, I'm working on a sitcom I'm writing, so that will hopefully come out soon. And just because he's been supporting and watching, Tommy Smith is a really good comedian, so please book him. He's a lot better than me at stand-up, so and thank you for watching. But yeah, a sitcom's coming up, hopefully.
And finally, Cthulhu.
So the only gig I currently have is New Year's Eve in Sheffield at the Indigo, where I'll be performing alongside many other people. I am also part of KD's Comedian Quiz-Off, which may or may not be coming back. He can't seem to decide. But you can follow me on Instagram and find out about all my jips that I do at Callum Jarvis Jones VO on Instagram. Look at it. Ignore that other one. Don't bother. It's not worth your time. Just that one.
Just that one.
If you can tweet #NoCarl or something, make it trend. That's just like an in-joke from the Quiz-Off.
Yes. Yes. No one here has any idea what it's about, but I do. Could we please have a drum roll, please, as I prepare to reveal tonight's scores and congratulate our winner, the one. No, there's 2 of them tonight, but this one is the one wearing a Dr. Pepper t-shirt. Well done to Callum Schofield for winning tonight, but a close run thing at the end with Cthulhu only 3 points behind and Justina on 32 and Kieran on 33. But that is it from us tonight at Larklord. So from me, the Larklord, goodbye. And from everyone else, goodbye. And we're going to give you a lovely wave as we end, because for the second week in a row, my video editing software has not worked. I've not been able to do the credits. So goodbye, and we'll see you all very, very soon.